Gemini, welcome. Gemini, this is your love reading for the next 7-ish days. It is timeless. Just to let you know that I am currently open for private readings. I have added a few more slots here in the first couple of weeks of April. So if you are interested, the email address is in the description box below. You can reach out to me. So what is up in love for my Geminis? For my Geminians. We're going to pull one of my giant tarot cards for like some overall energy. Okay. We have the Hanged Man. Okay. Now, the Hanged Man can be about being stuck. It can also be about kind of needing to take a break, to be introspective, to gain enlightenment, kind of a deal. It can be something that, you know, you kind of choose to do, or it could be like you feel stuck about something and you need to gain enlightenment. So, you know, it can kind of be something, a place that you kind of find yourself, or it can be a place that you decide, you know what, I need to take a break here from this situation and figure it out. So it could be needing to take a break from a specific relationship, or it could be you needing to take a break from, you know, to determine why things are going the way they are, especially if you have had a series of relationships that kind of ended the same way, maybe did not go well. And so you need to look and say, what's my part in this pattern? Why does this keep on happening? What can I do to, you know, affect a change, to make a change in my life so that I can have a happy relationship? So let's go ahead and pull the tarot. So Gemini, we've got the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Magician, the Ace of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, wow, it's kind of good news, yeah. Okay. What I'm getting, Gemini, I think that the Hanged Man energy is pretty right on. Okay. I see the need to heal from heartbreak. Okay. I see a pattern that you are like unaware of, or you don't know why it's going the way it's going. And I see it causing a lot of anxiety and stress in your life, sleepless nights. I'm hearing, you know, why can other people have successful relationships, you know, and not me? You know, was I absent that day? Was I behind the door when the skill of how to have a successful relationship was taught? You know, was I sick that day? What, you know, what's going on? How come it seems like everybody else knows how to have a successful relationship but me? And with the Healing card and the Hanged Man and the Nine of Pentacles, I see you. This was the Four of, oh, there. I just put it back in the wrong order. I see you, I think that was about the order. I see you taking time to heal, doing some introspection. You know, it seems like my readings are always about that, about why are things going the way they're going. Kind of owning it, taking responsibility and figuring out what needs to be changed, what we can do to heal. Like focusing on ourselves. You know, there's a lot of people that can be in bad relationships, negative relationships, painful relationships, maybe even have a series of relationships, and they want to blame other people. Like, all women are gold diggers, all men are cheaters, there's no good people out there anymore. And you will hear that. And there's people that believe this and go through their life with these beliefs. And you know what? It's not true. There are some people that may not know how to be in a healthy relationship, or may not want to. Maybe there are people that are players and they just want to be players. But I bet you if you looked into their history, it was because maybe they were hurt and they decided, you know what, I'm not going to ever be hurt again. I'm just never going to really open up my heart. And to me, that's just kind of like a sad life, right? And unfortunately, you may attract a person like that, and there's really nothing you could do. I mean, you could get into this relationship for a long, long time thinking, well, I'll show them, I'll love them out of this. I'll show them that people can be trusted and blah, blah, blah. And so you get into a relationship for like 9 months or 9 years, and you just are trying to prove yourself. You're trying to heal this person and fix this person, but they can't be fixed. And so what we can do, though, when we see ourselves having a series of unhealthy, unhappy relationships, is to focus on ourselves and work on ourselves. Turn that attention to yourself. Don't try and fix the other person. Work on fixing and healing yourself. Okay? And that's what I see here. I see healing. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I see growth. The Nine of Pentacles is the single card. To me, it's the, wait a minute, let me take some time alone. Let me take some time alone to get a different perspective on this thing, to gain enlightenment on this. So maybe like being stuck, being, you know, having to take a time out to get enlightenment. But I think you realize that you're not stuck and that you appreciate the time that you have with the Nine of Pentacles, and you build yourself up. Okay? So Gemini, you work on yourself. You're single for a while. And you know, a lot of people also will jump from relationship to relationship. If you find yourself feeling incomplete or super unhappy or down or like a loser, something like that, if you're not in a relationship, that's something that you need to look at. Because if you don't feel whole, W-H-O-L-E, if you don't feel whole within yourself, no one's going to be able to fix you. No one's going to be able to make it better but yourself. The only way a relationship is going to work out, the only way you're going to be able to be in a successful relationship, is if you build yourself up and come into this thing as a whole person. Okay? Two halves don't make a whole as far as relationships goes. We need two whole people to come and to play off of each other and to, you know, share and to partner, not to, you know, heal or fix. I mean, in a relationship, say someone gets sick, and so the sick person can only give 10%, and the other person has to give 90% for a while, okay? That's okay as long as it balances back out, you know, after the person heals, right? Person may lose a job. and be unable to, you know, give as much to the family coffers, you know, the family budget as usual. And so the other person steps in. While this person can only maybe, you know, unemployment give 20%, the other person steps in and helps. But it's a symbiotic thing, and there's always a rebalancing of the energies, okay? And so this is what I see you doing, taking time to build yourself up, to focus on yourself, to figure out what it is that you want, what makes you happy, and it'll give you strength the next time you enter into a relationship, Gemini. It will give you the strength of coming to this thing whole. And what will happen also is you won't attract the wounded people that need help and healing so much. I mean, you know, someone could still sneak in. And it's not like we're cold and we're like, oh, something's wrong with you, I don't want you. No, it's like, look, you are unable to be in a reciprocal relationship. Go heal yourself. That's going to be your attitude. Now, after this period of growth and healing and growth with the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, we see you really coming into your own here, Gemini. We've got the Queen of Wands. Very confident. I see you growing in confidence, okay? Becoming more optimistic, more independent in your life. Very courageous. Not really giving a shit what other people think. Just becoming stronger in yourself. I am who I am, and I like who I am. And if you like me, great. And if you don't, move on. Okay? And with the Magician, I feel like you're really, when you do all this growing, with the Nine of Pentacles, you really come into your own as far as realizing that you are the master of your own destiny. Okay? You have everything you need to have a bountiful, wonderful life and to be in a reciprocal, balanced, loving relationship. I see once you go through this period, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. You have to go through this time of healing first, Gemini. Then these are gifts. Look, this is like the hand of God or the hand of Spirit handing you this gift of a new, beautiful beginning and something new and solid and stable and real. And then under the deck, oh, sorry. Oh my goodness sakes, that was my reminder to take my green mix, which I already did today. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands, which is the celebration. It's the four pillars. It's about stability and security. This shows me that you can have something real and something solid. With the Page of Pentacles, it's like the Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, okay? And then we have the, we end up with the Six of Wands, victory. Victory. And if your desire was to be able to be in a healthy relationship, it will happen. And with the High Priestess, I feel like this message is you will become so like enlightened and so sure of yourself and so confident that you will trust your intuition. Before you didn't trust your inner voice. You weren't you didn't trust yourself. Now you trust yourself. And say you meet someone and you get this feeling that, you know, maybe there could be something, and you're like, yes, this feels solid, this feels steady, this feels right. And or you meet someone, you're like, you know what, this does not feel right, I don't like the feeling of this. Where before you may have not trusted your intuition, now you're like, you know what, I don't need to be in a relationship for 9 months or 9 years with someone to know that you know, this is not right. You see the red flags and you're like, okay, I know this person's deal. I know what's up with this person. You're able to see things like your third eye is open and your crown is open. You're able to see things. You trust what you see. You believe what you see. And someone could try and gaslight you till the cows come home and you're like, I think you're gaslighting me. I see what's going on. So here's the deal. In closing, you may meet someone and they may be like the kind of person that you used to meet before, unable or unwilling to be in a committed relationship, but they present themselves as someone that is interested in that, right? Right away, you're gonna know. You're just going to be able to tell. It's going to just be super obvious, where before your old MO might have clicked in. You may have, you know, made excuses. You may have, oh, they're doing this because, and I'm going to help them. No more of that. Okay? You're going to be right on about your assessment of things. You're going to trust your insights, and your feelings are going to be different. You're not going to be on automatic pilot responding to gaslighting or responding to love bombing with this need to prove yourself, to prove your worth, to prove your love. Now you'll be like, yeah, no thanks. What did Ariana Grande say? Next, right? You're not going to fall for it. So Gemini, I see tons of growth, enlightenment, taking responsibility, becoming so confident and independent. This is who you're going to be. So when you enter into the next relationship, you are whole. You don't need the person necessarily. You want the person. And that is the difference. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me, Gem. Thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.